I apologise. I am on a little bit later than I intended to be. I was meant to be on at about 11:30. We're having some scaffolding work done around the building. So it all of a sudden became very, very noisy. So my intention was to be on quite a bit earlier, but it didn't quite happen. Hey Emma, hey Lorraine. Lovely to see you online this time of the afternoon. Okay, so I wanted to quickly jump onto Facebook because I'm going to be launching a new program in the next month, which is how to host an online conference, which is a live event. And as I was doing some research this morning, or as I was just thinking actually about the benefits of hosting a live online conference against a live in the room event. Now, I'm not saying that you need to stop live in the room events. I'm not saying that. I absolutely think if you are doing them, you need to keep doing them. But here's what I would say. Live online conferences are a beautiful addition to live in the room events. You'll have to forgive me, I do get tongue twisted. I think it's because my brain works way quicker than what actually comes out of my mouth. So I just wanted to share some benefits, but here's what I would say. If you are running live conferences in the room, then you really need to think about bringing together on as a yearly event, a live online conference. And one of the reasons for doing that is that I'm going to run through a list now, actually, because there are a list of benefits that I've pulled out. But one of the main reasons for me is that it can take quite a long time for you to bring a in-the-room event together. So if you're using online marketing to reach a wider audience and you've already got an established audience that you're connected to, you know you can run a live event successfully, then online events are going to be a beautiful addition for you, because it's going to be easier to find those people and bring them into your world. And you can use them to complement one another in the real world. So there's no reason why you can't host a live online conference and have a yearly live in the room event, and they closely link into one another. So let me just pop across to have a look at my list of benefits, and this is just purely focusing on, and this is just touching the tip of the iceberg when we're looking at benefits of hosting a live online conference. I just wanted to focus this around live in the room events, so that's what I've done. If you don't know me, my name is Wendy Kier, and I mentor committed female entrepreneurs who are established in the marketplace, have a message that makes a difference, and want to take their expertise online. I coach them to continually step into their visibility, reach a wider audience, and create more clients in a way that is simple, fun, and also feminine. We all know that the online space can be quite masculine, so I like to think I can bring a bit of femininity to the online space, especially for the women that I work with. Okay, so as I said, these benefits really are the tip of the iceberg, and I just want to take a couple of seconds to explain the difference between a virtual summit and a live online conference. Now, I've been hosting virtual summits since 2013, and the big difference is that because technology has advanced so much, it now gives us the ability to be able to engage with a live audience. Yep, you can have dialogue and conversation with the people who are watching you live online. It's a little tool called Zoom. It's very easy to use. If you are technophobic and do not like technology, Zoom has absolutely killed it. It's crushed it because it is very, very simple to use. So you would just play around with it, have a bit of experience on it, and that's the tool you would use to do your live online conferences with. Okay, so I've digressed a little bit. I have a tendency to do that. Let's get me back on track. So virtual summits are generally a group of, say, 60 people that come together to talk around a specific area of expertise. Now, because it's such a large group of people, 60 is an awful lot, and it's an awful lot for the audience and the listeners to listen to, let alone as the host interview all those people. Those sessions are generally pre-recorded and they are sent out over a period of time. And the idea is that the people who are listening purchase the recordings. Oops. So I like to do things slightly differently. Those who know me and know me well know I like to go against the grain. So here's what I'm going to suggest. And this is about live online conferences. So I've recently held one called 1,000 Women the beginning of this month, which was hugely successful. And the whole event was live online. It was with a select group of just 15 women, not 60, not pre-recorded sessions. This was a live in the room digital experience where we could engage with the audience and take questions and answers. Now, what I like about live is that it's organic. You can feed off the energy from the people who are listening in and watching because you can see their faces. You can see their facial expressions. I know it sounds a bit crazy, right? That one of the biggest fears for speakers who want to go online and speak is the loss of connection with the audience. Actually, there are strategies that you can use to enable you to manage that anxiety, fear, or phobia, whatever it is you want to call it. You can, believe it or not, engage with the energy and feed off the energy in the room because you can see people's facial expressions. Sorry, I'm multitasking. I am just looking to see. Hey, Hope. Hope was actually on 1,000 Women's Conference, and Hope, good on you, Hope. You were there actually for pretty much every live session. Yeah. Okay, Honeybee, what I'm going to do, because you know me, pop your questions in, then I'm going to answer them at the end, because otherwise I get distracted and I go out of flow, and then I miss what it is I'm saying. And also when I keep saying yay, hi to people, it can be a bit off-putting for people. So it's an easier way for me to manage this live session. So I've come on to talk about some of the benefits between holding a live in the room conference versus a live online conference. I remember what I said. I'm not saying ditch the live event, but what I am saying is that if you can run a live event and you're getting those people into the room, you will be able to quantify the amount of people that you can attract into a online conference. Then what you want to do is link the two together. They should really feed into one another. So as I was planning for my next intensive, I was thinking about the benefits. What are the benefits that I've experienced as the host when I've been running this online conference in comparison to setting up a live event? And some of them are really obvious, right? So I am going to read from my notes here. So if I look down, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's just because I'm a bit of a list girl. And these aren't in any particular order. They were just thoughts I was thinking about this morning as I was putting this together. So the lead-in time between organising a live event in comparison to a live online conference, when you're organising a live online conference, the time frame is a lot shorter. So you are looking for your first online conference at about a window of 3 months, in comparison to a window of about 6 months when you are hosting a live event. Significant difference. Of course, if you're used to running live events or live online conferences, the time's going to get shorter for both. You just need to master both marketing strategy. Now, this is a biggie as well, especially for individuals and for smaller business owners who don't necessarily have that massive budget to pile into a live event. Some of the advantages are you don't have to pay the hotel bills. Just imagine if you were looking for a venue that you wanted to put 600 or 1,000 people in, the amount of organisation that has to go into that would be a lot of work. In fact, you would have to have a team to help you be able to manage it. Whereas with a live online conference, you're not looking for a room, you're not looking for a location, you don't have to worry about, you know, a staff team or the paperwork that goes with that, the food, the dietary requirements, all the conversations that go with managing the event itself, with the hotel, the money that you've got to put up front. So online conferences knock that out the park straight away. You don't have to worry about that. The things you do have to think about is the tech, but as I said, that is now very simple to do, and you can get a VA to help you with that. That is not a problem. So you're already cutting down your budget by thousands, which makes it, what's the word? Can't think of that. Very attractive to hold an online live conference. And I touched on this earlier, and that is about you can reach a much bigger audience in a shorter amount of time. So live online conferences work from a collaborative model of everybody who takes part sharing information. So you get that massive boom into the marketplace. If you were holding a live in the room event, you wouldn't have the same energy, momentum, exposure into the marketplace as you would if you were holding a live conference. It's a completely different experience because it's digital and because the messages can be spread globally from the speakers that are taking part. I haven't put this down actually, but this is definitely something to think about, is that people who join a live online conference can manage their time more effectively because they have the opportunity to listen to everybody that is delivering their talks at the live online conference, and you can stretch it out for a longer period of time. Now, if you're doing a live in the room event, you have to grab that person's attention there and then. There's no wiggle room. You know, in some cases, people even have to choose between the speakers and the information they want to hear and see because things will be running at the same time. Online conferences is very different. You can pick the times and you can listen to the replays. I touched on this briefly, and that was about, you know, negotiations with the venue, the amount of time it takes, the cost it takes. You don't have any of those implications when it comes to bringing together a live online conference. Right, so what have I got here? And this is basically reinforcing what I said at the beginning. If you're running an in-the-room events, you absolutely need to be hosting a yearly live online conference. And that's because you can find a much bigger audience online than you could if you were pulling people into a physical location. And then one naturally connects with the other. Because those people who have joined the live online conference are then a very warm buyers list, a very warm engaged list. And this is something that I haven't written down either, which is really something to think about for speakers. And that is, You know, when you show up and you speak at a live conference, the person who holds that list, that buyers list, a list of your prospects, belongs to or is owned by the person who is hosting that event. Now, you're not privileged or you're not privy to that information because they can't give it to you because of stuff around data protection. And plus, they're the ones that have invested the time and the money and the marketing to bring the audience together. Now, if you're hosting a live online conference, you hold the buyers list. You hold the power, I always say. You hold the connection to that audience, rather than going in and speaking at a conference, then, you know, doing your pitch or selling from the stage or getting people's names and emails addresses or having people contact you. You hold the buyers list of all of the people at that event. Gold dust. What's my last one I've written down here? Oh yeah, the other thing, it's not, when you bring these events together, and I did touch on this earlier, it's about, you're not working in isolation. You are working with a group of people who have come together collaboratively. Sorry. I did say I'd get tongue twisted. Collaboratively together to all support one another, to work together, to get a bigger vava boom into the marketplace, because they recognize that it's also good for them as individuals as well. So as I said, I have just hosted 1,000 women, and that was a select group of 15 women. We all came together. We have now developed a very strong relationship, not with all of the speakers, but with most of them. And we're now thinking about the next phase of 1,000 women through collaboration, because we all have a shared, we have shared values, basically, which is great. So you can progress and you can collaborate with the speakers that are joining the live online conference. Now, you don't necessarily get that when you bring a live in the room event together, for lots of different reasons, mainly because they're not really set up that way. They're not set up on a collaborative model. So online conferences, virtual summits really are about collaboration, working together, making it a better experience for the people that join. Oh, I'm getting old. No, I'm not. So those were just some differences, some advantages, some benefits that I wanted to share with you. The difference between hosting a live in the room event and the endless possibilities, I guess, with hosting a live online conference. They are very different to one another. They have very different marketing strategies. But if you are running live in the room events, then you really need to be doing live online conferences. Right, okay. Hopefully I haven't bored you to pieces, but what I would like to do is take any questions you might have. Gosh, I've been gabbling for 18 minutes, 44 seconds. That's not like me. I'm normally quite short and sweet, but obviously I got a bit excited about this one. So if you've got any questions, just pop them in the comments box. I need to let you know that I'm going to be running a brand new masterclass, and it's talking about virtual summits being dead and why I'm so in love with live online conferences. So jump on that if you want to get some more information around hosting live online conferences. I've put it in the chat box, so that would be awesome if you want to jump on there. I am looking to see how I can scroll down, and for some reason it's not letting me. So let me hope. I know Hope. Okie dokie. So Hope says, 1,000 Women Summit, it was awesome. I am brand new to all this, and it certainly was a wonderful introduction. Thank you very much, Wendy. You're very welcome, Hope. Looking forward to moving forward slowly for a few reasons. We'll get there. Yes. Yeah, you will absolutely get You will absolutely get there, Hope. It just takes time. You have to test things, try them out, as we say in the digital space. If you don't succeed, celebrate and try again. Hey, Emma, have you got any questions? And Jan is on, if Jan is still on. Hello. Jan hosts this amazing virtual summit. I think it's the largest virtual summit. I don't know how you do it, Jan. It would drive me nuts. But that's your thing. Yeah, the largest online conference, which is focused, virtual summit, which is focused around podcasting. So check him out. Brilliant. Hey, Emma. Any questions from you, hon? Okie dokie. So I've obviously bored everybody to death with how excited I am about online conferences. Let me just check the other pages. Nope, cool. If you're listening to the replay, got any questions, just pop them in the box. I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. Or jump on the masterclass that I'm going to be hosting. I think it's the 2nd of November. That will be in the next couple of weeks. Okay, lovelies, I am going to go out and see a client down at the marina for a quick meeting, but I will be jumping on over the next couple of weeks, and I will be exploring different elements of online conferences and virtual summits. So if you've got any questions, just pop them in the box, and as I said, I'll be happy to answer them for you. Whatever you're doing today, have an absolutely gorgeous day, and yeah, we'll connect soon.